use the blink to cancel the clarity on that Mountain King, and then he canceled some of the salves, and I think he wanted to see what was going on, and to be honest, he just needs to slow down Sky a bit now. He has his lures up, or at least he has one of his lures up. He is teching to tier 3, you'll notice, so it looks like he will probably be going for bears at some point. And actually, look at this choice from Sky, getting a Blood Mage second, which is sort of a pretty common choice these days, just when you get your Mountain King first, because it gives you so much mana on that Mountain King. And I think, didn't we actually cast a game together before where someone went Mountain King Blood Mage on Melting Valley?
I think I've seen a lot of Night Elf go Warden solo versus human, and that's why you get a Blood Mage to drain the mana all away from the Warden, and so the Warden is pretty much useless.
The problem...
but never mind, there's a Panda on the field, so we're not going to see a solo Warden build from the Night Elf. I know Moon likes to do that when he picks Warden first. He never picks up the second hero.
Yeah, certainly that is quite common, but the problem with getting a Blood Mage this late is that the Warden's already level 4, so if you use Mana Siphon on me, I'm just going to blink to a millimeter away, cancel your Mana Siphon, and that will only cost me 10 mana, so it's really not too effective, because all it does is put Blink on a bit of cooldown. It looks like, meanwhile, actually some nice timing here from Sky. You can see he's using Mana Siphon on that Panda just to drain all of its mana, but it looks like this Warden down to very low hit points, being forced to use a Invulnerability Potion, but this Blood Mage being chased away now. It looks like that Blood Mage will go down, but not before having taken away all of the mana from the Panda. Really nice use there from that Blood Mage before he does die.
Yeah, it was only a level 1 Blood Mage. I think Sky is going to sacrifice the Blood Mage against the Panda.
Yeah, it's for a level 1 Panda, but I mean, it's not too important either way, but it looks like actually a lot of damage being taken on the Mountain King, whereas significantly less being taken on that Warden, because obviously footmen are pretty useless in terms of chasing down heroes, especially ones with mana. Actually, look, this first Mortar team might get taken down, and Sky being forced to TP away.
No, he didn't TP.
And that Mortar... Staff away, sorry, yeah, and he's, Sky loses that Mortar team. That's really unfortunate for him. And
he's pretty ballsy. Like a couple times he could have just TP'd and he didn't. He just used a staff, and I think he's saving the staff for. He's saving the TP for something else. Are we gonna see an invisible Mortar team here?
That's really much more common with a Archmage. Obviously, you don't generally go for casters if you're going for Mountain King first. I don't think. Do we have any Arcane Sanctums up? No, I don't think we do. We have 2 Griffin Aviaries up, and I think we're going to be seeing some heavy air combined with maybe some Knights and Mortars would be like a really nice 100 food army sort of goal for Sky. It's certainly something we could be seeing. We're going to have to see how he wants to play it out. And you can see Sky actually has a significant food advantage over ForDream, about 10 food in the lead, and that can be quite significant because obviously Sky will just be looking to mass up a very large army and then push really before ForDream has all the upgrades in the army that Sky has. And actually, it looks like ForDream not being sort of overly ambitious with creeping even at this point. Actually, ForDream killing off his own hunters just to free up some food, which I don't think is what he needs to be doing at this point. Obviously, he's just trying to stay at 50 food, but I think he could afford to push out over 50 food, considering that Sky is at 71 food at the moment. What do you think about this play?
Oh man, I think Sky has enough lumber. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's gonna try to get rid of some food count and stop getting lumber. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this this really interesting play here from Sky, where you have like a combination massive push and tower push as well, and that Warden does hit 5 though, so that is going to be a big factor in this game. But I think at the same point, this is really just such a nice push here from Sky. He's really going to be able to do a lot of damage here.
Oh man, I think, holy god, this is a Sky Push 2.0, where you know what a Sky Push versus Orc is, and this is a Sky Push 2.0 versus a Night Elf.
Yeah, it's certainly some very interesting play. Obviously, it's a very sort of unique timing. Sky known very well for his excellent timings, and it looks like actually Sky being pushed a bit back now. Obviously, he's still being able to do a bit of damage, but those bears just doing so much damage. Obviously, bears are very nice, especially when there's no Archmage on the field, because there's none of those really annoying water elementals just pound down that damage on you. And it looks like Sky's push will be rebuffed, but not before he actually did a fair bit of damage to ForDream, who is just at 55 food compared to Sky's 62 at this moment.
And yeah, and excuse me, I think Sky has a his unit composition gets countered by the Night Elf. And Night Elf has plenty of units to counter his Sky, whatever Sky has. Sky has to rely on that Mountain King and Blood Mage to drain mana to win a few battles. But never mind.
Yeah, a very nice blink there from ForDream managing to take out that Blood Mage before he TPs away. What I'd actually like to see more of in Sky's armies, I'd like to see more Knights at this point, because obviously his Griffins are nice, but there's a Venom Orb and there's some Dragonhawk Riders out, or Hippogriffs out, sorry, and those Mortars are nice when they're backed up by something, but there's not really much of a ground army to keep sort of bears and drides away from them, and so I think more knights would really help Sky at this point. And actually, you can see Sky's transitioning to a Dragonhawk Rider build, which is quite interesting on its own, just because it's very susceptible to a high-level panda and to a poison orb, and you know, it's not an overly conventional strategy against this specific the unit composition. I'm not sure why Sky's really going for this.
It's a lose-lose. You lose to the Dryads and you lose to the Fan Knives slash Breath of Fire, you know?
Yeah, it's certainly a hard thing to play. It looks like Sky's going to be playing it right, though, and he's splitting off his air army just to do a bit of harassment. He's picked up that Animal War training for all that extra hit points, and I think he's just going to try and do some harassment here. Obviously, Lumber not really a problem for ForDream now, so probably going for the mine would be the cleverer choice at this point. But it looks like meanwhile we're going to be seeing a little bit of a push here, just by this invisible Archmage. Probably going to try and do a bit of harassment here. We're going to have to see how much he can actually do before he's forced out by these towers.
Yeah, and I think Sky is gonna. Oh my God, Sky's gonna lose a lot of economy here, and he's forced to TP. Did you see that? Oh wait, no, it wasn't a TP. It was a fake TP.
Yeah, just the staff. Yeah. Actually, a really interesting level 6 now actually on that Warden. That's level 6 is so nice. But that Warden doing a whole lot of damage to that Mountain King being forced to keep all the way back. Now Mountain King actually level 5 and level 3 Bolt is so strong as well. So we're going to be seeing some really epic heroes I think in this game. And what we did actually see there was ForDream went for anti-magic potion, which obviously prevented him from being from losing mana to the Arcane Tower. Immediately once that wore off, he popped a invulnerability potion, just so that he could he would never be drained mana from that Arcane Tower, so he could stick in there. He doesn't really mind taking the damage from the towers. It's just losing all that mana that can be so annoying, because replenishing it isn't as nice as just replenishing health.
Yeah, and Sky's leaving a Dragonhawk Rider in the middle of the map for some reason, maybe just to chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sky is gonna probably take down some buildings before the Night Elf can. Okay, Night Elf. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say Night Elf doesn't have enough units to deal with this, but the Avatar of Vengeance is going to be enough by herself.
Yeah, that Avatar Vengeance is so strong, assuming that he can get the original kills just to get some corpses on the ground. And it looks like he has managed to. That Panda will go down though. Actually, that Panda just keeps on dying, unfortunately. But the Warden will just come back into this battle now and will be able to put down so much damage. That's really what the Warden is best at. And it looks like actually being a nice combination of Bolt and Mana Siphon there, stopping the Warden from being able to get away from that Mana Siphon. And Warden now at 0 mana, so really needs to go and heal up, or needs to get some more mana before coming into this battle again.
See what I meant by the Avatar Vengeance stopping the entire push by herself?
Yeah, that Avatar Vengeance is pretty immense. Those spirits are just so strong. You can just do pretty much anything with them, and I think some harassment now would be quite nice with them as well. If you can send them in just to into a peasant line or something. Obviously, there's absolutely nothing that can be done against them. So you really are in a bit of trouble.
All right, on my channel and on my video comments, I got a lot of arguments about if you can dispel spirits of vengeance.
I think you used to be able to, but you can't anymore. I believe is how it works now.
They I think on Blizzard website on Battle.net, it still says you can dispel them, but I don't know if the patches have fixed it yet.
Yeah, I don't think they've updated that basically since 2004 when they released the game. Basically, like I don't think it's something they put any attention to anymore. And I'm pretty sure that you used to be able to. I seem to remember you could also dispel animate dead, but I think they got rid of that because obviously it made sort of Animate Dead just absolutely even worse than it is already.